Alright guys, so this is going to be a little bit a different kind of video slash stream. I'm here with NCSO7 once again.
Hey guys, this is NCSO7 here, and I'm glad to be Northmaster actually invited me into this discussion because we're going to actually be discussing something very interesting, but I'll let him take it from there.
This will also be very useful to a lot of people that are starting up on YouTube because, you know, people will probably need to know about this especially if you're newer on here.
And seriously, like we've just lately we've just been having these discussions, and we're just talking about like repetition in YouTubers, and we're just like, why don't we just tell people about this? Because there are so many people, and we're gonna cover a variety of people in this video, and we're gonna cover repetition and how it's annoying. Now you might think that repetition is annoying, but we're gonna give you actual examples.
Yeah, but remember guys, there is no hate on anybody mentioned in this one.
I'm not trying to hate on any of these people. In fact, actually, probably, like, everybody in this video, I have no grudge against. I like everybody. It's just that, I want people to get better. If you guys have seen my channel, if you've seen my tips videos, you know I love helping people out. So, please do not take this as hate at all.
Yeah. But let's go and actually get into this whole thing, because this is going to be very interesting. Sorry for the long intro. I know I like to be very straight to the point here, but this required some beginner knowledge, kind of.
Yeah. So we're going to basically, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about like all these examples, and we're going to, like, examples of YouTubers, specifically pretty much YouTubers I've watched. Maybe Nerfmaster could actually add a few of his own if he's noticed any. Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Well then we should mention some of yours as well. But we're gonna mention mine first because mine I know very well.
Alright, let's actually, let's just start off with that.
Made no sense at all. Okay.
Well, we both know this actually pretty well, and this might may not really know what's going on until last night. I actually have a pretty good understanding considering what NCSO7 has told me here.
We had a long discussion last night about this. And
it actually was about 2 hours and 40 minutes that we actually talked about this whole thing. Yeah,
pretty much. With various YouTubers. So, we may as well start this off. So the first person we're going to be talking about is ZachPack. Now, again, and ZachPack, if you are watching this, I'm not trying to hate on you at all. But I'm pretty sure you know that since I've pretty much said that in every comment I've made trying to help you. But you guys may be wondering who ZachPack is. Well, he's basically a person who complains a lot about Nintendo, to the point where pretty much a lot of his Nintendo content is basically complaining.
Yeah, and not to mention that should we mention the whole Twitter post thing?
Yes, let's mention the whole Twitter post thing. So, you guys probably remember, like, maybe a few weeks ago when we had the, I don't know if it was Sony or Unreal, somebody revealed, like, a PlayStation 5, like, tech demo, and that thing was beautiful, so sexy. But, and then ZachPack is on Twitter, and he has the balls to say, I need to get the tweet. I don't have the tweet open right now. But, oh my god, I was not prepared for this. Keep in mind, this isn't scripted at all, so
yeah,
keep that in mind.
Usually we would have this kind of thing. Usually people would have this kind of thing scripted, but the way I work on my channel is I do not have scripts. I speak from the heart.
I don't do scripts either. Only
Me
sometimes.
and him both speak from the heart here. We don't do scripts.
Okay, but we're gonna make sure everything is like makes sense. And I got the tweet. Okay, here's what he says. Tech demo of what can be running on the PlayStation 5. This is actually nuts. Really wish the Switch had more up-to-date visuals sometimes. Basically, what he's basically saying is he brought Nintendo into this, and this came out at the same day he made a video about the Nintendo Switch, which was basically a hate video on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, yeah, he says the Nintendo Switch is great and all that. All definitely shows. And, oh my goodness. Nintendo had nothing to do with this, and he's just like, wish Nintendo Switch could be up to date like this too.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for your I'm waiting for your take on this.
Holy crap! All right, so remember, guys, this is on a PlayStation 5 tech demo of what is supposed to be on there, or like what could be on there.
Like the graphical capabilities of what it can look like.
So the graphical capabilities, and then he says, "Wish the Switch had upgraded graphics." The Nintendo Switch is not going to. Obviously, it's not going to have the kind of graphics that a PlayStation 5 is going to have.
But like, here's the problem. And you know what? And this is what makes the tweet worse. He was going in the right direction at first, but then he screwed it up because he doesn't understand that Nintendo is behind the times. And you know what? Nintendo can pull off some insanely good graphics. Look at games like Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Luigi's Mansion 3, Link's Awakening even. Are we missing something?
Don't think we are.
So I don't get it, and I actually did reply to this basically, and keep in mind this was the same day he made a video about the Switch, but we'll get into that a little later. And I was just like, you really don't catch a break from complaining about Nintendo, huh? And then he says, it's like saying that two restaurants both serve food, but one is better than the other. The worst one you just wish would get its food up to standard, but it can't. It's not complaining, it's me wanting to go to my favorite restaurant but getting the same quality as the other. Which just doesn't make sense at all.
If he's saying that's not complaining, like, the fact that he says that is absolutely absurd.
That's actually absurd. Had more was up to standard. That sounds like complaining to me.
Like, that's not already, like the fact that he says...
I'm already starting to get a little irritated with this.
I think you're just starting to get plain mad, honestly, not just really irritated.
I'm starting to already get into my rant mode. But
well,
yeah,
that's good, because that's kind of what this stream is meant to be. But,
yeah.
Like, think about it, though.
But this is so dumb.
Last night I felt like we were having a freaking interview on here because of how long we talked, but yeah. I'm going to try to keep this going. Our time limit's probably going to be about 30 minutes for this one, by the way, so it's going to be a much longer video.
Oh, no, it's probably not going to be 30 minutes, actually. I wouldn't expect that, because we've got a lot of people to cover. And but that's kind of besides the point. But the problem, one of the biggest things is that he has made so many negative videos on not just Luigi's Mansion, but Nintendo in general. Like, there's seriously a point in time where I was really starting to get frustrated with his stuff. And we'll be getting to the Switch video, but first was one video. Luigi's Mansion should be spooky. This video, and he even said, like, when he posted his schedule, that this video would be controversial, and I was like, oh no, what is this going to be like? And I didn't even believe it when I first watched it. It was so... and it wasn't just Luigi's Mansion hate. It was that, plus the fact of being weirdly antagonistic towards people, because he started being weirdly antagonistic. Yeah, he says that he's not trying to be offensive to Dark Moon fans. Yeah, sure. But he's basically antagonizing them, and is then starting to call people who review Luigi's Mansion 3 and don't nitpick it casual fans.
Oh, you waiting for my take on this whole thing?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to say something, brother.
Well, just tell me, man. Like, just say, hey, man. What's your take on this?
Sorry.
Just do that,
but yeah,
please.
I need your opinion on this.
Jesus, there's no more planning on this. But anyways, it doesn't matter. We're already on air anyway. So, I honestly don't...
He's into the video, and in fact, he barely talked about the spooky part of it. There was a point in time where he started complaining about how Luigi's personality wasn't getting better, which is just not flat out not untrue. It's just not true. And then he literally went on a tangent about how the Mario call just doesn't work the way he wants it to work, which that has nothing to do with the game's spookiness at all.
Yeah, and also, what was I gonna say? Oh, the GameCube. Remember, he basically kind of grew up with the GameCube, and he's always
don't even get me started on this. So this is something that I've kind of noticed with him. He has, and again, I'm not trying to be hateful, but Zach, but you are very biased. Way too biased for my liking. Now, to be fair, this wouldn't be a bad thing if it were contained, or if you at the very least took it into consideration, but didn't let that do the thinking for you. But no, he lets it do the thinking for him. He always praises the GameCube and bashes on... He basically, on the Switch video, praised the GameCube and bashed on the Switch without acknowledging the fact that the GameCube did have issues on its own as well.
He's basically the kind of guy...
And the same thing with Luigi's Mansion. He praises the first game and bashes the other games.
He's basically the kind of guy that is gonna... He's kind of like some GTA 5 players, that are GTA people. You know, they say that GTA 4 is better than GTA 5 just because it's old, when in reality it's really not. And I understand that GTA 4, I know this doesn't really have too much to do with our topic, but I understand that GTA 4 had a lot more realistic qualities. But just because it's old.
But I've heard that the realistic qualities in the game aren't even that good.
Really?
Would you rather GTA to be realistic or fun? And there is a right answer to that question.
Yeah, really.
And that's the thing, like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But it's like, and it's a problem that you need to take off the nostalgia goggles. You need to be reasonable. I'm tired of biased opinions. Like, I'm fine if you're a little biased. Like, I'm a little biased myself, too. I grew up with Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz with Banana Blitz, which is objectively a bad Monkey Ball game. But I'm not gonna let and to be fair, I do like the game, but I'm not gonna let that do the thinking for me. I'm not gonna say it's a great game. I will say it's not a horrible game, but still.
Yeah.
I'm not letting it do the thinking for me is the thing.
Alright, so now who was the other people we wanted to cover though? Or are we still...
Well, we still need to cover the fact of the repetition. The fact that, it's just the fact, and I'm talking specifically about his Nintendo videos, the fact of how negative the Nintendo videos are and how samey they feel. And it's the problem with the fact that it just feels repetitive. It's like having the same meal over and over. Like, yes, it's fine the first few times, but after a few weeks of it, it really starts to get tiring and very oppressive. You want something more unique, you want something original, but you keep putting out the same crap.
And the thing is, though, this can actually really negatively affect your channel because of the fact that if you keep putting out the same kind of content, he keeps putting out negative content, then that's going to get repetitive to a lot of his fans, and he's going to start losing more and more fans as he goes along because he just keeps uploading the same kind of crappy content.
Actually, I didn't actually sell you this, but he actually made a tweet talking about how 5 people literally left him because of his opinions.
Well, then again, though, can you really blame those people? Because
I can't blame him because, to be fair, he's done so much negative talking, and it's just bad to have a negative outlook because he says and he actually mentioned this in his 5 great things Luigi's Mansion 3 did, which by the way felt like it was completely forced due to backlash. By the way, so yeah. But then he mentions that, and here's the worst thing about this: he has done so much complaining about Luigi's Mansion 3. As opposed to positive stuff. But then he goes out there saying, by the way, I like the game. I don't want people to take what I'm saying as me hating on the game. I do like the game. Please live up to what you say, damn it. Please do.
Here's the thing, though. If he's making so much negativity about, he makes so many negative videos, there's no way he can like Luigi's Mansion 3.
And here's the thing. Even if it's true, and I'm not saying that he hates the game, but even if it is true that he likes the game, you don't get the right to say that. You can't say that after making so many hate videos on the game. Seriously, most of it's just been negative or just pointing out the game's flaws. That's most of what it is. And it's the same stuff over and over, getting back into the whole repetition idea. It's very repetitive and just annoying.
Sure, maybe 1 or 2 videos is fine, but whenever you have 15 of them, that's when it's ridiculously stupid.
And especially, and it's worse when they're all negative because it's not only lazy, but it's also annoying as well. Basically, the worst of both worlds.
Now, I can kind of understand, let's say, there are people like CinemaSins and CinemaWins that make like basically compilations of everything that's like either bad or great about different movies. The thing is though, the thing with those people is that they're different movies, and also their channel is based around that. I don't think a channel called Zach Pack is gonna be based on negativity.
No, and Zach Pack's channel is just based around like just just Nintendo content in general, not specifically like just not specifically just criticizing Nintendo or anything. And it's weird because with his Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrate videos, I haven't really seen many of them, but based on the titles, I honestly you can see a lot more enthusiasm and optimism and positivity from those videos. So I'm just like, why isn't that carrying over to the Nintendo videos at all?
I don't really know.
I don't know. If you're doing it for this, why can't you do it for that? And I'm not saying that he can't have negative opinions. And I'm not saying you can't have these opinions. I respect your opinions, but you can't just shove it down my throat. I'm fine if you have these controversial opinions, but if you're gonna shove it down my throat, I'm gonna eventually get annoyed with it. Especially when it's one of the only things you'll talk about when it comes to that topic. Yeah, this is where you come in.
Yeah, I'm trying to find one of the comments that you left on here, because there was something else that we wanted to cover with Zach Pack.
Hey guys, Zach.
Hold up a second. I'm trying to find your comment here.
It's the most
here.
like.
Okay, so
which video is it though?
It's the one about how does the Nintendo Switch hold up in 2020?
So
because
a little
this
context
is a perfect
for you guys.
example here.
This video was basically just Zach ranting about the Switch. That's literally what the video was.
Now should I just read out loud your entire comment?
Yeah, just read it out loud.
Well, let's basically just do what we did last night. So, it doesn't matter. Alright, so, are you ready?
Yes.
And it's just a 7. Here are my issues with this video. The Switch's quality is good, it is not horrible. Stuff such as the battery life isn't bad given the kind of games it can run on, plus the fact that Nintendo fixed the battery in later Switch models, making what you say nonsensical. And the thing with your Joy-Con falling off definitely is a minority thing, given I've never seen such a thing before. Why did you have to complain about Mario Tennis Aces and Super Mario Party in a video that's supposed to be about the Switch? That sort of discussion should be in videos completely dedicated to them, not shoved in here. Also,
yeah,
you make the problems with Splatoon 2... Go ahead.
Also, just sorry to interrupt.
It's fine.
He could make the separate videos on Mario Party and Mario Tennis Aces, and I wouldn't watch them because I'm tired of negative content when it comes to the whole repetitive thing.
And you can't really blame my boy NCSO7 here for that, because...
And to be fair, Mario Tennis Aces and Super Mario Party are not great games. They have a lot of problems, especially Aces. But again, it's the fact that it's the negativity. The fact that that's one of the only things they'll talk about sometimes. That's the problem. But continue on, please.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave my car in the LSC here. But, where were we at? Okay, with Splatoon 2 and Super Mario Maker 2 seem very substantial when they really aren't. Many people didn't buy a Wii U, and given they were still fun to both new fans and older fans, what gives? You mentioned before that you don't like how Luigi's Mansion 3 was so different from the original, but now you're going to complain about these games because they weren't different enough? That legit makes you sound like a hypocrite. Also, the whole GameCube thing was unnecessary since the Switch has a lot of good games regardless of your opinion on them. Now, I want to go back to the whole hypocrisy thing because that was something that me and SOTL-Hyper really talked about well last night.
Seriously, and so we're gonna go. So I'm gonna ask him to actually go to one other video called. I mentioned it before. Luigi's Mansion Should Be Spooky. He basically complained about Luigi's Mansion 3. I'll have you read that comment after we go over this comment. But basically, he complained about Luigi's Mansion 3 being different from the original Luigi's Mansion. And now he's going to start complaining about Splatoon 2 being too similar to Splatoon 1, and Super Mario Maker 2 for being too similar to Super Mario Maker 1.
Exactly, like the fact.
What side are you on?
It's like he's gone gone rogue. You can't go rogue on a topic like this. It's not possible.
What does rogue even mean? I don't even know.
I think it's when you're on both sides, or like an underdog, pretty much.
And that's kind of the thing where it's like, please don't just take two sides. Like, please don't take the same side. Like, it's one side or the other. Otherwise, it's hypocrisy.
Exactly. Now, let's go and read the rest of this comment here. And the worst thing, this video felt completely unnecessary. It felt like this video was the same sort of thing that other people have made, bringing nothing new to the table. This is what we've been talking about this entire time. The fact that it's completely unnecessary and it's just bringing nothing new as well. Like, if you're repeating content, you're bringing nothing new, which is that's why it's repetitive, because you're not bringing anything new to the table.
And it's what's going to get repetitive. And it's even worse when it's just a bunch of, like criticizing us of that, because that just gets oppressive over time.
Exactly. And let's go and keep reading this comment, though. Everyone has complained about the online, the Joy-Con drift, and weird use of friend codes. It didn't feel like this video was special. It felt like a waste of time, saying the same things that others have said for years. And for this being the first Nintendo video in a while, not including Luigi's Mansion, this is a very bad start to doing these. Please try to be more original, and don't just complain about Nintendo. Try to look on the positive side as well. Also, I didn't make this to hate on you or anything, but I just want what's best for you, and I want Nintendo content that isn't just complaining or pointing out flaws, because it's getting extremely frustrating. I want the best for you.
Yeah, and I want to re-emphasize it again. I'm not doing this to be hateful. What we're saying, I want him to actually get better, because I actually see potential in him. We'll get into that a little later. But anyways, your take on that, like last paragraph or whatever it was.
Alright, so the fact, like we said before, it's just repeating the same crap that people have said literally for years on end now, because...
Pretty much ever since the Switch first came out, to be honest.
When was that?
March 3rd, 2017 was when it released. People have pretty much been doing it since 2017.
So, he's basically, what we're saying here, he's been talking about the same stuff that people have been talking about since 2017, so that's 3 years now. And that's where it's going to really get repetitive, because of the fact that you're making... It's also, on top of that, it's the fact that it's negative content. So, it's not going to be very good for your channel. It's not going to give you a very good look, especially whenever it's a brand new start to your year.
And it's also just not a good mindset to have.
Exactly. It really is not.
It's not healthy. It's not a good mindset at all. And like I said before, I'm not saying you can't. Is important, but he overdoes it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things with that.
We're talking about the Nintendo. Seems to be complete opposite. But the thing is, I came to ZachPack's channel for Nintendo content, not Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Exactly. And here's another guy commented here, even more random. Zach commented this. This video was just an excuse for Zach to rant about the Switch. LOL, great video though.
I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying when I said it was a waste of time. It was. I am being completely honest because I want to help him. If a video is bad, I need to let him know so he doesn't do this crap.
Yeah. And
pretty much.
Alright, now your other comment on the Luigi's Mansion should be spooky thing.
Oh boy. Oh boy, we're getting into a purist area where he's basically Luigi's Mansion 1 purist, and you're gonna find that out with basically what I'm saying in the comment. It'll basically give you a good idea. Basically, he really likes the first game, but it's pretty much indifferent to Dark Moon and 3. Well, he actually hates Dark Moon, but yeah, or doesn't like it or something.
Alright.
It's pretty much indifferent towards 3. But yeah, he says he likes the game, my butt. That ain't true.
I never said you couldn't swear in this video, just so you know. But,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, it's fine for me to swear, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna use it excessively, but I will say damn and piss, so keep that in mind. But anyways, read the comments.
Count as a swear word, but sure. Alright, so That's a 7. I agree with this video, but there is one thing I want to mention. After tomorrow's Luigi's Mansion video, I would really appreciate if you could cut back on the trope of praising the first game and bashing the others. I understand that this is your opinion and that is important to address, but it is very annoying having the same trope in every Luigi's Mansion discussion video. This is making your Luigi's Mansion discussion videos very, very repetitive. I'm not saying stop making Luigi's Mansion videos, but after tomorrow's video, try to make more Luigi's Mansion videos that don't include this trope. Also, please just admit that you don't like Luigi's Mansion 3. I know that you call attention the issues of Luigi's Mansion 3, but that's almost the only thing you want to talk about when it comes to Luigi's Mansion 3. Please be honest, because no one is fooled by that. And I think I actually replied to this one, and I said, yeah. I said, I agree. He needs to say it if he doesn't like the game. And the fact, this is something I also brought up last night. Hold up, who's the viewer? Are you viewing the stream?
There's actually, there actually are 2 replies on the stream.
Oh, they are?
Like in the chat.
It's like, not showing yet.
Up? Yeah, you'd have to view it on your laptop.
I can view it on the stream, on the broadcast, whenever they show up, because it is very delayed on here. But, so, what was it? What was I going to say? Okay, so, remember what I said, I replied to MCS7's comment, I said, you know, he needs to just say it if he does not like that. It's kind of like, he's kind of like the kind of guy that is not going to admit this kind of stuff. He just does everything that he can, even if he has to lie to cover up the fact that he does not like it.
Here's the thing, though.
But
you can't take his word for it.
Exactly, but the fact that he's willing to lie just to make it seem like he actually likes it is very egocentric, if you ask me. Because,
yes,
you know, he has this kind of big ego about himself. And
again, try not to be hateful, but we really care. This is kind of egocentric. Try not to be hateful, but really care. This is kind of egocentric.
It really is egocentric. Oh,
I don't know why you just pulled. I don't know why you just pulled the stream up.
I just wanted to look at the comments because they're not showing up right now. But I mean, seriously though. By the way, hello everybody that's watching this. But I mean, really. I don't even know what to say at this point because we've covered so much.
Yeah. It's like, and that's the worst thing. Like, if you're gonna do all this complaining about Luigi's Mansion 3 or whatever, live up to it. Like, stand behind what you say. Don't put up this whole lie of, oh, I like the game, even though it doesn't show my work. I still like the game, and I know that some people may use the phrase, oh, I like the game, that's why I complain about it all the time. No. That is absolutely absurd.
It's also just plain impossible. There's no way.
Like,
that's not a valid argument.
That's just stupid. Like, you don't get the right to say something like that. Like, real talk.
Yeah, really. And now, remember, ZachPack's not the only one that does this kind of stuff. You know? There's a lot of people that do this kind of stuff. And this is gonna go with, you know... Okay. So, repetition. You guys want to talk repetition? Let's talk about a YouTuber that a lot of people... This is kind of known for his repetition. Mr. Boss for the win. Alright.
Here we go.
Mr. Boss for the win. So, if you go... And I know people have been talking about this channel for the longest time. Oh boy. So, if I actually look this up right now, Mr. Boss for the win. So, like, usually when people... By the way, guys, the professional YouTuber that I know, not personally, I don't talk to him on here, but the professional, he's a really cool YouTuber, go check him out. But he actually made like a Mr. Boss for the win parody, and it's absolutely freaking hilarious. It's freaking hilarious. But by the way, no hate on Mr. Boss. But
what is it he repeats?
So he repeats a lot of stuff. GTA content. basically, let's say, you know, like, let's say there's a new GTA 5 DLC coming out. Like, the casino heist update is a perfect example of this. So, he's on the casino heist, and... Alright. Casino heist. What... Okay. The fact that he goes with everything, like, he's always the first person to make a video about this kind of stuff. Like, he's always, like, a rush to the beginning. The problem with Mr. Boss for the Win is the repetition of the content combined with quality or quantity above quality on his channel. Ooh. It's a combination of that with the repetitive content over and over and over again. Like, it's always about the same stuff, like just a little bit more information per video, but barely any. Like, and also not to mention the amount of clickbait. And I know this has nothing to do with the repetition, but can we just please talk about how much clickbait he has? Like, for example, I've watched some of his videos. Like, I think one was about, like, the glitches or something like that. And the first thing... I don't actually know what it was. I think he started off with, like, something random, and then he got to the glitches. Like, it wasn't even really much about that. And, I mean, there's a lot worse people out there. Like, you got Cernando, you got Not.4 Live that actually steals content from people. But, you know, Mr. Boss for the Win actually is relating to our topic here. Me and NCSO7 actually might make a video about Not.4 Live later on. But I don't know. I actually don't know if he still steals the content from the guy, but I'll have to look into that for the next one if we actually do that. But, you know, Mr. Boss for the Win, my boy Ross, you know... Like I said, we don't hate you, but please stop with the clickbait and stop with the same crap every second.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this the part where I go on to the next person?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so for this one, we're gonna actually, this isn't gonna be nearly as long, but I think it's important because this is not about YouTube videos, but an artist. Well, poster designer, I should be specific. I'm not going to use the actual. I'm not going to use an actual name. We're not going to use the name. But essentially, long time ago, an old friend of mine. Basically, if you guys didn't know, I used to make DeviantArt posters, and I became acquaintances with this one girl who did make like Splatoon art. But here's the thing: and the thing about it is that her art was really good, like really high quality. But she would use the same characters over and over in her posters. She would pretty much use the same ones over and over, whether it was for lighting tests or just tests in general, and just posters in general. She would use the same characters, basically the same 3 or 4 characters over and over, with some with some official Splatoon characters as well, like Callie Marie and Pearl Marina. And back to the whole repetition thing, this is a problem because, and especially when it comes to art, like, videos are one thing, but the thing about art is that art is supposed to be beautiful. Art is supposed to be interesting. People are supposed to improve at art. But if an artist doesn't keep painting the same thing over and over, and that's not getting better. And, like, when it comes to actually, like, making tests, like, if you're gonna make a test or something, why not use a different character? Because that actually could work very well. Actually, this isn't the same sort of thing, but this was actually a thing. Back in the day, like, when Nintendo was revealing tech demos for the Nintendo GameCube, at the time, Nintendo, when it came to Mario games, all the time, up to 2000, it was Mario tech demos. It was, like, games revolving around Mario, like Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, like, launch titles for the NES, SNES, and N64. But then for the GameCube at Space World 2000, they showed a tech demo of Luigi in a haunted house running away from ghosts. It's something that no one had ever seen before because Luigi was like this person who was in the back seat. He just kind of was sitting there while his brother was enjoying all the fame. And then finally, this tech demo came and just showed something that we never saw before in the Mario series. And that's what makes Luigi's Mansion so special, that it was such a unique idea.
and people just fail to realize how special it actually is. Apparently.
What do you mean by that?
Well, people kind of take Luigi's Mansion for granted now, it seems like.
But like back in the day, I mean, yeah. But the thing about it is that it's the thought that counts. The fact that they didn't choose Mario, they chose Luigi, somebody who's different, for a tech demo to show off the graphical capabilities. That's actually quite interesting and actually kind of a brave decision. So yeah, again, when it comes to the whole and I know I kind of got sidetracked with that, but it is necessary to mention because you like just using different characters. It's not even just the same video content; it's just the same characters too, because using the same characters over and over just gets dull.
Now,
yeah.
Okay, I was gonna talk about something else, but I'm gonna save that for the next time we do a stream like this because it's gonna be a doozy.
Okay. Interested to know what it is, but yeah, we'll leave that for next time. So anyways.
Now,
I want your take on this.
My take on this whole thing.
Just the whole thing of using the same characters over and over.
The characters, if you keep using the same characters over and over, people are bound to get sick of those characters if they keep appearing. Unless their personality will change, like let's say it's a video game character, then the personality changes, like that's also
like Sonic
not gonna
changes
work.
From cool to sassy, like that's different.
Like that's nice, but then you got, I don't even know whose character it was. Or
just random character, doesn't matter.
But let's
just
say
uses the same characters,
or even just like a bad main character. Like there was a TV show a long time ago. I actually really like this show even to this day. It's called Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. The main character, his name was Blue. He was a real narcissist. He was a really annoying character to a lot of people, and he was the main character, and that really hurt the show quite badly actually, because just the way he acted.
Yeah.
I understand that was that was on Cartoon Network. I understand that, but like it was actually part of the good Cartoon Network, the one that's not full of freaking Teen Titans Go. And there we go, perfect opportunity. This is not just with YouTuber. This is also with TV shows. Cartoon Network. It seems like nowadays
we're getting so many things together.
It's nice, but here's the thing though. Cartoon Network. Back in the day, Cartoon Network, like, we used to have stuff like cartoons, we used to have all this good stuff. Powerpuff Girls, that was amazing. But the thing is, though, Cartoon Network...
SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, and then SpongeBob had to just be toilet humor.
That's on Nickelodeon, though. I'm talking about Cartoon Network here.
Well...
Nice!
Well, hey, at least it's still relevant, though, wouldn't you say?
It is. Because SpongeBob reruns are pretty much what makes up Nickelodeon now. But
or the first 4 seasons.
The thing is, though, Cartoon Network was meant to be a network, not just, like...
the same
just
thing.
The same crap. Like, we used to have a big variation of cartoons now. And I'm talking about specifically in America. I don't know about other countries. But in America, we used to have a nice variation of cartoons that would air. Now it seems like we only have Teen Titans Go episodes as a primary. Like, it's getting ridiculous at this point. Because, you know, I know I'm kind of old to be watching cartoons by now. I'm freaking 14. But,
no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not. You're never old enough to enjoy what you love doing.
It's fine. But the thing is, though, that's not the point, Tyler. Or... It's just stuff. But
just wanted to get that out there.
What?
That you're never too old to enjoy what you love doing, whether it's cartoons or video games or anything. But that is besides the point. Carry on.
But what was I gonna say here? All right, so now let's say, you know, we used to have holiday specials or something like that, where people really enjoyed holiday specials. I think we used to have like movies and stuff that would actually air on Cartoon Network for like holidays. Now it's just freaking Teen Titans Go reruns, but Christmas themed, or like whatever holiday it is. Like, that's just plain sad. And I think Cartoon Network is doing this because of the fact that they know that their ratings are falling, but they want people to kind of like move to the app. And the app is, in my honest opinion, I think the app is pretty bad. The app is not right.
To be honest, a lot of these apps are pretty bad. I mean, maybe aside from Disney Plus, but I haven't tried that out. But most of them, from what I know, aren't good.
Yeah.
They were born for TV.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that, you know, people would actually tune in, like, people would actually prefer to watch it on TV, like a big screen, rather than on a phone screen. You know,
yeah.
Cartoon Network, you ever think of that before switching your entire channel to Teen Titans Go only? Like, you know, I love how this went from talking about YouTubers to talking about Cartoon Network. I don't know how that happened. Like, it is repetition because of the fact that it's only Teen Titans Go reruns. And Teen Titans Go is actually one of the most hated shows, as far as I know, on Cartoon Network. Like, because of the...
I've heard positive stuff about, like, Teen Titans. Like, I guess
the original was amazing. Alright, it was basically an anime. And anime...
Yeah, but then Teen Titans Go was a mistake.
That's basically what it is.
I haven't ever seen it, though. But I'm taking his word for it.
I've watched so many Teen Titans Go episodes, and I know it's pretty bad. But the only reason why I've watched so many of them is because that's all there really is on Cartoon Network now. Teen Titans Go is the SpongeBob of Cartoon Network because it takes up so much crap on there.
Modern SpongeBob.
Modern SpongeBob.
Because older SpongeBob was actually pretty good, but then they started filling it up with toilet humor.
Kind of like the image you sent me the other day, right?
Yeah. Whatever, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Remember the SpongeBob image you sent me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. And that's the thing, like, older SpongeBob is good. Like, the first 4 seasons that I think most people would say is pretty good. Now, I haven't seen all the seasons complete, but I've seen a lot of episodes from those seasons, and I can tell they're very good. But nowadays, yeesh, toilet humor. That's something I don't like.
Yeah, and... it's kind of hard to focus on this and drive cars at the same time. Hope you realize that, Tyler.
Yes, I do realize it.
I'm allowed to call you by your real name on here, right?
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Alright.
But it's like, I don't know. It just comes down to repetition. And finally moving back to YouTubers. Sorry to end what you were going to say, but we should move on. We're going to be moving on to YouTubers again. Now, you guys probably might know, if you've seen my the problems videos, you probably know that the second video I made on when it came to a problems video was Nico BBQ. Now, to be honest, the video quality isn't terrible. It's actually quite good. But he does so much Mario videos that it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. But if you guys want to know more about this, though, like, just go watch N607's video about this, because it probably will explain it a lot better than we could probably do it here.
Well, I could actually probably explain it better, but I don't know, but that's beside the point. I'm still going to explain it. There was seriously a point in time when he was just doing Mario Maker 2 top 10s, like, top 10 blocks we need in Mario Maker 2, top 10 enemies we need in Mario Maker 2, and so on and so forth. And you know what? It was cute and funny the first few times, but it started to come off to me specifically as extremely lazy. And I mean lazy.
And that's the thing, though. It might have not actually been lazy, but people are gonna think that, and that's what people are. They're gonna think that, and then people are gonna leave your channel because they think, oh, this guy used to make decent content, now he's just lazy. Bye.
But like, the content's just getting too repetitive because it's the same thing. Well, it's the same topic over and over. Okay, there's a little variation, the blocks and the enemies. Whoop-de-doo, it's still about Mario, and it's still about Mario Maker 2. It doesn't change anything. So, and I eventually made a video about this, and what really broke my soul, and basically told me that he isn't gonna listen to me, because I actually tweeted the video to him, by the way. He made a video before I made the problem with Nico BBQ video. I tweeted that to him.
Twice.
twice. But before I made the video, he made a video talk about, and we're gonna get into this a little after Nico BBQ as well. That like a video called along the lines of, is it possible to beat Super Mario Brothers? I guess without touching a single coin, Super Mario Maker style. And then after I posted the video, and I believe after I tweeted it to him, he then posted the video. Is it possible to beat Super Mario Brothers without touching a coin, NES style? Literally the epitome of laziness. It's basically the same video twice.
It basically is. And
did you catch what I said? I said twice. I just
yeah,
joke
but
right there.
that was pretty good. But I mean, now Tyler, what I want to know about this though is, did you actually leave his channel after he did that?
Oh, after that, oh yeah, I left his channel after that, because that basically was it basically told me that he wasn't going to listen. It basically was a kick to the balls. Like, no, I'm gonna do what I want, and you know what? Whatever, I'll leave.
I mean, at the end, I know it's at the end of the day. I know it's like.
And you want to know what's even more sad about this? The fact that he was actually one of the first YouTubers I was subscribed to on YouTube. And to just see him become very lazy when it comes to the ideas, and the fact that I just eventually left because of that's just sad.
Exactly. But I mean, I know at the end of the day, you know, it's your channel, you can do what you want, but just because what you want,
do what your fans want. If your fans are getting annoyed by something, fix it.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, you can, like, exactly, it's basically, I don't mean to compare this, like, to the Mafia or anything. Or, like, they said a hitman after you. YouTube, it's basically become very similar.
Of course you're not murdering people.
Exactly. But,
I don't know why you brought the Mafia to this.
I don't know. But it's very similar, though.
The fact that they're being told to do this stuff, and just not even just the Mafia, but just like normal work, just a job, you're being told what to do. Like, you can go about whatever way you want, but you should. But like, here's the deal. Here's like, this is
just
the end
because
of the
it's what you want to do doesn't mean it's what you should do.
Doesn't mean that other people would want. You need to do what fans want, because they're the people that are trying to support you.
Exactly, and
given that they're fans, you should probably give them what they came there for.
Yeah, and people just seem to fail to realize this kind of thing.
So they just keep posting whatever they want.
Yeah.
I don't know. And we're gonna like kind of go into and kind of like, wow, this isn't even just about YouTubers anymore. This is just about stuff. The challenge videos. Remember that period of time when on YouTube when everybody was making those, is it possible to beat this game without doing this sort of thing? Well, I wouldn't consider it a thing anymore. Remember when it was a thing from like 2017 to 2018? Well, guess what happened? I'd consider those types of videos completely dead. Literally dead. Because of two people, Nico BBQ and Nathaniel Bandy. Not trying to be hateful, but seriously, you two, you did basically destroy it. By overdoing the challenges with the overabundance of Mario challenge videos, that basically changed. Like before, yes, there were Mario ones, but there were a lot of ones. Like, I think there was ones on, like, Mega Man, I think Sonic, I think Ratchet and Clank.
And also, this can actually potentially negatively affect other YouTube channels, because think about it, you make all this content, and then obviously other YouTubers, they're like, oh, I want to make this video, but I don't want to copy this guy, so they just end up not making the video, and it basically is like, you're basically making it so the other YouTubers can't, like, make the same video, because they're going to feel like they're copying you.
Or people copy regardless. I made a video called "Is it possible to beat Luigi's Mansion without touching a single coin?" It was basically, could I not touch a coin, or at the very least not touch treasure either. And I made that video in like January of 2019. A month later, sorry about that. A month later, this other guy, I don't remember his name, but basically this other guy made a video talking about basically it's the same thing. Is it possible to beat Luigi's Mansion without touching any of the treasure? Literally, I watched the whole thing all the way through. It was the same thing as mine. Basically, he listed the same obstacles and basically came down to the same conclusion as I did. It was pretty much very similar to my video. And while yes, it was better made, it was still the same thing. It was basically copying.
Yeah, it's basically something.
And I actually did comment on his video, basically saying it actually makes my video, and it actually made my video a lot better. And the thing about it is that he didn't even acknowledge the fact that I actually did do it first. He didn't even acknowledge it. He didn't even credit me at all or nothing like that.
Hey, Tyler, we're at 50 minutes right now. I think we should probably wrap this up.
No. We need to keep going with this. Why do we need this at 30 minutes?
Well, because I don't have I don't think I don't have like a verification for my channel or something, and I can't upload something that's more than an hour.
Oh. Well, okay, well, we'll move through the rest of the stuff very quickly then. Could that work?
The thing is, though, I like to have my quality.
Okay. Well, yeah, so that's pretty much, let's just get straight into the conclusion. And basically, repetition is annoying. Very annoying.
Repetition is something that, basically, here's the way repetition works on your channel. It basically...
If you're repeating something over and over, whether it's
content
about
or
just...
Let's say you're eating... Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Let's say every single day you eat your favorite food. In a certain amount of time, your favorite food, if you eat it every single day, is not gonna be your favorite food anymore.
It'll probably be your least favorite food because of how much you've eaten it.
Exactly, and that's a perfect example right there. That's basically all you need to know right there.
Yeah.
Like, let's say your favorite YouTube and the way I'm referring to, let's say your favorite YouTube channel uploads the same crap out of nowhere. Let's just say they start uploading the same crap out of nowhere. They're not gonna be your favorite channel anymore. And I cannot tell you guys how many times this happened with me. Like, with me watching
channels. And you
channels.
don't even know how many times this happened with me. This is legit the only reason I even watch, like, 2 YouTubers' new content anymore. Because a lot of the YouTubers that I used to like just kept repeating over and over. And this is a pro tip for people who are going to become YouTubers, or other YouTubers who are watching this. Please do not repeat your content. Please try to be original as much as you can. Like, because that's what makes YouTubers so special, is different content. Nobody likes it when people just keep making the same stuff over and over, or just driving a genre into the ground so deep that there's no point of return.
Exactly, no. So remember that if you upload the same crap every single time you make a video, it is going to destroy your channel, especially your fan base, because by the time you are done, let's say you make 50 videos about the same thing, you're not even going to have a fan base. Let's say you have like 100,000 subscribers, then you upload 50 videos of the exact same thing. You're not going to have that fan base at all anymore. You have 0 subscribers.
You're not going to have a lot of it. But the thing about it, and here's the thing, it's going to, and the thing about it is that it's going to happen gradually. It's going to happen very slightly at first, barely noticeable. But then more and more people are going to keep dropping out. And eventually, you're not going to be left with much.
Like, you're going to be basically what I'm at right now.
Because people are finally starting to mature. People are starting to grow up and realize that you're just doing the same thing over and over, and learning about people who are trying to help you, and just eventually just left.
Like NCSS7 has actually told me before, you don't mind if I bring up the what you said about Zach Pack with you leaving, right?
Yeah. Sure, go ahead.
And
just don't go too in detail on it. Just don't go too in detail.
But basically, NCSS7 says if he's basically on one of my other friends before, Aaron has told me basically before he was on this with me or something, quote, the end of his rope with me. I think that's basically NCSS7 is at right now with Zach.
Basically, I'm at the 3 strikes you're out. So the 2 videos, I'm at the 2nd strike right now. The Luigi's Mansion Should Be Spooky video was the 1st strike. The 2nd video was the Nintendo Switch video we talked about before. That's the 2nd strike. If you seriously post another video that's on the same extent as that, I'm not kidding, I might leave. Because and here's the thing. I do like you, Zach, but I can't keep doing this to myself. I have priorities.
Exactly.
And I want to help you, but I can't keep dealing with this crap over and over. And you might think that, losing one subscriber isn't that bad of a thing. Actually, it is, because I'm one of the few people who's trying to help you. I'm being completely honest because I want you to actually be the best you can. And if you lose me, you're really going to be on your own. So,
all right,
please. But let's just recap on everybody. ZachPack, you need to improve your stuff. It's getting way too repetitive and way too annoying. Mr. Whoever it is for the win.
Mr. Boss for the win.
You say that one because that was on you. That was yours.
Stop with the clickbait and stop with the same GTA content over and over again. Like, for example, your Bully 2 stuff, like character casting calls and stuff like that. There was nothing along the lines of that in the video, really. And I can, if you guys want to know more about him, Swipta has a video called "Destroying Mr. Boss for the Win." Just go watch that video because it can explain it much better than I ever will be able to. But as for everybody else, just remember, don't repeat stuff over and over again because it gets repetitive really fast.
The Splatoon artist using the same characters over and over honestly makes your artwork less interesting. Using different characters works much better. Nico BBQ, making the same top 10 over and over but with a slight change doesn't work. That doesn't cut it. Please try and be more original. And like when it comes to the whole is it possible stuff, be more original. Try different games. And I know not every game will probably have is designed the same way, but try and look for stuff. I mean, if you're looking for the Mario stuff, try and look for other games that maybe have these things you can do. Bottom line.
All right,
and basically, bottom line, don't repeat content because you're just gonna drive fans away, and it's just gonna hurt your channel. And that's all I have to say about this.
Well, that about wraps up today's video. This was a very long one. We're at 57 minutes. Holy crap! But
57? Holy crap!
Yeah, but I really just want to thank NCS7 for joining me on this one today because we had a lot of good points.
Thanks for having me on this. This was amazing. I love getting into these rants sort of things, and I just love talking about this because I love bringing attention to this stuff. Again, we are not trying to hate on any of these people. I do not hate any of these people. He does not hate any of these people. It's just that we want you to improve. That's the thing. So keep that in mind.
Alright, man. I thank everyone that joined us on the stream today. Running it back Turbo and my friend DVMV Almighty. I do appreciate them joining us on the stream, even if it was for a short time. I do appreciate them joining me on the stream. But everyone that watches this video, just please remember that this could actually be very vital information for starting up a channel. Anyways, we'll see you all in the next one, and goodbye.